Hello, everyone. I'm doing this second video. Um, I'm just giving you my input on what helped me in the middle of my journey and what was most beneficial. Like my last video, the meditation was crucial for me, but I can say don't overcomplicate it. I know as a TMSer for me that I try to do it like the perfect way and try to do this perfect thing and say this perfect thing, and it's like I didn't let the meditation flow. And that's one thing I learned, that find what works for you. Don't just because someone said you had to do this video that way, it doesn't mean you have to. Just do what flows out of you. I just really needed to quiet the mind and find one that works for you. There's no certain method to this madness, but yet we tend to overcomplicate it or worry that we're not doing it the right way, which is essentially TMSing. It's the OCD habit. That was a tough habit for me to break. That's one of the biggest things. Like Steve said, it's trying to heal is so tough to break because you're such a mentality person of a doing. You can't let life be. You have to control. That's how I was, and now the more I look at it for TMSers, that's a lot what I see. Is that you want control of certain things, and when you don't, it's enraging, and your obsessive personality has to have everything in order. You can never just go one day and just flow and enjoy the day and do something sporadic. And we're so programmed to act a certain way, to be a certain way, that like like one of Steve's comments said, as soon as you release the harness around your neck and realize you're the one holding yourself down, freedom comes. And but I reacted a lot. Like I said in my last video, I reacted to a lot of people. I had to learn how to change my ways, how I was reacting. And that was the biggest thing, just overcomplicating it and trying to gather knowledge out of an obsessive habit. It's OCD. OCD is fear. I'm not saying don't gather knowledge, but I think there is a point where you gather so much, you obsess over it out of fear, and you're scared to take that next step. And, it takes great courage to come to that point and confidence, but you can do it. We're just so programmed in our negative ways and negative thinking that it really is a bad habit, hard to break. And but it's like we overcomplicate the simple of TMS, which will drive people nuts. Me saying that, I don't mean to say that it's not a tough journey or anything, but there comes a point where I notice in myself that I overcomplicated the simple. Like Dr. Sarno's work, healing back pain. If you would just read that and stick to those steps, it would help a lot. And I'm not saying those other books didn't help me with certain things; they did. But out of obsession, I read so many different books, and that's why I can't wait to read Steve's new book, the top 10 whatever of Sarno's work. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's supposedly a simplified version of TMS and the main pillars of it, which I think is awesome. That somebody did something like that to simplify this thing, because we tend to overcomplicate it and make the simple complex. Just like digging for emotions, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but when you obsess over it so much about feeling the right thing all the time, you're just pressuring yourself. And it's the pressures. Carl Jung said, nothing inhibits feeling like thinking. You can't think your way into emotion. It doesn't work. Emotions come. You can't control them. That's why when they come now, I just flow with them. It's not, but I don't go digging for them. That's one thing that Sarno helped me with so much, was that it's fruitless to search for the magic bullet. But yet we do, out of fear. And conquering those things is, for me, conquering fear was the meditation and just facing fear head on. It's not going to hurt you, but it's just your body reacting in a normal way because you're so used to fear and you're so programmed to fear that it does take time to break sometimes. And some people have great courage and overcome fear very quickly. People are all different. It took me a little while, so Balto on the wiki gives some great advice. He gets it when it comes to that about, he keeps TMS so simplified about the just facing your fear head on and accepting it. And he accepted symptoms, and he didn't do a lot of journaling. He just started focusing on the positives in life, but yet we're drawn to so many negatives as a TMSer. It's never good enough. This is never enough. I need more. I need this more. And it comes from a place of lack, like you're lacking something, and none of you people are lacking anything. Life's pressures just mount up on you to get more and more in life, and I'm not saying that having a lot isn't good, but when it comes from a place of fear and lack, it'll drive you nuts. I used to be the same way. It's just never enough, always wanting more, had to be perfect, and scared of failure and rejection. I in the beginning did journal a lot, and I stopped. It just, I had to start feeding the positives. Just like Forrest said, which wolf you gonna feed? That little article he has on there is great, about, just because you uproot something in the past. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but just to keep uprooting negative emotions in the long run isn't going to help you. What else? And just living life, man. People, just being present and having some days that are unscheduled to go on a whim, go do something different, drive to work a different way. Look at your work through a different lens. Look at your life through a different lens. I had to alter my perception. And that's what meditation really helped me with. And, being present. And when things would come up, not try to always go and fix them. It's all right. It's just thoughts. That was another thing that I got hung up with. When these things would come up, I'd want to control them and fix them right then and there. And the pressure to control and fix them was just generating more rage inside of me. I couldn't let things just be. I had to, have control, or when anger would come up, I was afraid to, feel it and go with it. And so, like I said, back then I would lash out a lot of times, but it was just because I was angry inside and I didn't want to show it, When your inside can match your outside, that's when you're getting there. For me, on the outside, I had to look good for everyone else. It was the pressures that I had to perform and to look a certain way. But then when it came down to it, it really doesn't matter what other people think of me. It's not like I'm a mean person now, but I just, I go out there and connect with people, enjoy life. Life's too short. And that's what TMS really taught me, was that, simplify the time, enjoy the time with my kids, my wife. Really just enjoy each day and look at the good things you have instead of all the negative things that happen. And when stuff does happen, I approach it a different way. I look at each challenge as a stepping stone, and towards the end of my healing journey, I got to the point to where when I would have a setback, I was like, I would get excited because I knew I was reaching a new level. So I hope this helps you people. I can't wait to read Steve's book, that simplified version, just to see the simplicity of it, because his book, The Great Pain Deception, helped me a lot, and it gives you a lot of knowledge. But I just can't wait to see what he put in there for the simplified version of it, because I think that's going to help a lot of people really get the basics and just learning to work TMS and not overcomplicate it, and just connecting with people and connecting with yourself is huge. Hope this helps you out. If y'all got any questions, PM me at the wiki, Ryan, and y'all have a good one. Enjoy life, and let me know if you got any questions. Thanks.